Ipinakita nito ang graph ng epidemic curve kung saan nag-spike ang mga bagong kaso ng COVID-19 sa loob lang ng 10 araw.
Background of the study, the case of the Central Visayas losses 35.5 billion pesos in tourism revenue. Before the coronavirus spread, Cebu City was one of the most visited places in Central Visayas. It is on top of the list of foreign visitors in 2019 and has 4.3 million foreign tourists visiting the region, an increase of 18% from 2018's 3.6 million. According to the Department of Tourism, data showed South Korea remains at the top of the list of foreign countries that visited Central Visayas, followed by China, Japan, United States, Taiwan, Australia, United Kingdom, and Germany. Central Visayas could have earned around 12.5 billion pesos in the first 3 months of 2020. But a strict quarantine was imposed in March. Tourists are being prevented from entering the country due to the quarantine restriction and border closure caused by the coronavirus disease pandemic. Cebu City, Central Visayas has lost $713 million or approximately 35 billion pesos.
Statement of the problem. According to the study, Central Visayas has lost $713 million or approximately 35.5 billion. Because of the pandemic, the amount of income lost from January to June 2020 could have been higher. Furthermore, the accommodation, restaurant, shopping, and retails and local transportation were engaged in having a loss in tourism revenue.
SWOT analysis. First one is strength. Central Visayas is gifted in ecotourism destinations, top list of every tourist, popular in foreign countries, appropriate location, and lastly, it's an attractive place. The next one is weaknesses. First one is competitors. Second one is when pandemic happens, there was quarantine restrictions, border closure, and travel ban. That's why foreign and local tourists can't visit Central Visayas. Third one is low income, and lastly, limited tourists. Next one is opportunities. The first one is it attracts local and foreign tourists because of its location and picturesque destination. Lastly, it has international attention. The last part of SWOT analysis is the threats. First one is if the pandemic continues, it has a bigger chance of losing millions of revenue. Second one is competition from other tourists. And lastly, its government policy.
Alternative Courses of Action, or ACA. To lessen the spread of the virus and to find its solution, we must follow the rules that the DPWH or government provide. Number 1. They must meet strict health requirements and register through a centralized online portal established by the Cebu Provincial Task Force. Gwendolyn Garcia issued an executive order on July 23 requiring tests to wear provincially issued radio frequency identification or RFID bracelets throughout their stay. If necessary, the devices contain their email address and a social media account for quick and efficient contact tracing. Social distancing is a concept that literally does not go together. Public transportation providers have implemented powerful and frequent cleaning routines to disinfect their rolling stock and premises, including offices, depots, stops, and stations. Many establishments also provide hand sanitizers and portable hand washers for both users and workers. Physical distancing includes practical steps to limit bottlenecks and turnstiles and boarding platforms, as well as protecting drivers and station workers with screens or shields. Nonetheless, despite the fact that the COVID-19 pandemic has forced cities around the world to implement stringent physical distancing measures, Many of them must maintain public transportation services for essential keeping transit open while protecting the health of passengers and staff requires adjustment for their safety. Number 3. The preventive measures required to protect ourselves from COVID-19 are to follow the implementation of rules regarding the virus prevention and to have protective equipment such as a mask and a face shield. Regular exercise can also help to boost our immune system, maintain proper hygiene, and keep a safe distance from others. Stay at home can save lives.
Recommendation: when pandemic hits the tourism sectors and lost their revenues, many employees lost their jobs and the tourism industry suddenly stopped operating. We recommend social distancing. Wearing face masks would be the best solution. Disinfection public transit providers have adopted potent and frequent cleaning routines to disinfect the rolling stock and premises, from offices to depots, stops, and stations, providing hand sanitizer and portable hand washers for both users and workers. Yet even as the COVID-19 pandemic has forced cities around the world to implement stringent physical distancing measures, many of them have need to maintain public transport services for the essential keeping transit open while protecting the health of the passengers, and staff requires adjustment of their own safety.